Hi dear children, welcome to English class. So we already completed 3 lessons and today we are going to begin the 4th chapter, Sing a Math Rhyme. The name of the chapter is Sing a Math Rhyme. It's a small poem, it's very simple and easy to read. Okay, so do you remember the children Jia and Hussein? Yes, they both of them were going to school and they learn maths, they learn puzzles, they learn how to read, write, everything we have seen, isn't it? Then that Jia has wrote a poem and that poem we are going to study. The name of the poem is Sing a Math Rhyme. Sing a Math Rhyme. So shall we sing the poem together? You have to first I shall read, then again I will help you to read. You have to read with me. Okay. Add some in, take some away, do some math every day. So you know in mathematics there is addition, subtraction and multiplication, everything, isn't it? So it is written here, add some in and take some away, do math every day. Count ahead, count forward, count backward, count in nines, use a number line. So you learned how to count forward and backward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Forward you know how to count, and also you know how to count backward, like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like that. So the it's written that count ahead, count backward, count in nines, use a number line. Using number line, you know how to count forward and how to count backward. Then build with shapes, learn more or less, tell the time, sing a math rhyme. So you can make something with using different shapes like square, rectangle, triangle, circle, etc. Isn't it? So build with shapes, learn more or less, whether the things are more or less by using counting. Then tell the time. If you know the max, you can tell the time. Then sing a math rhyme. This is the poem. Only 11 lines are there. You have to learn how to read this one. Okay, so please read along with me. Add some in, take some away, do some math every day. Once again, add some in, take some away, do some math every day. Count ahead, count backward, count in nines, use a number line. Count ahead, count backward, count in nines, use a number line. Build with shapes, learn more or less, tell the time, sing a math rhyme. Hope you understood. It's very simple. So in mathematics we will add, we will subtract, or we will take away something, or we know how to count forward, we know how to count backward, and also we know how to count using number lines. So these all things are written here, and after reading this poem you have to do the exercise. You have to find out the true or false. Once again, let us read the poem, then go to the exercise. Add some in, take some away, do some math every day. Count ahead, count backward, count in nines, use a number line. Build with shapes, learn more or less, tell the time, sing a math rhyme. So based on this poem, there is true or false is given here. So read the sentences and write T for true and F for false. So we already read the poem, isn't it? And after reading, you have to write the sentence. Given sentences are true or false. First one, we should never do maths. Is it written like that in the poem? No, isn't it? We have to do maths every day, isn't it? So here it is given, we should never do maths. So the sentence is false. It's false. F. You have to write F. Then read the next sentence. We count ahead and sideways. We count ahead and sideways. Then how did we read in the poem? We count for ahead and backward, not sideways. So this sentence is also false. Then we use letters to do maths. Do we use letters to do maths? No, we use numbers to do maths. So this sentence is also false. I have to write false in the textbook. Then we build with shapes. Yeah, of course we can build with shapes. So that sentence is true. Then knowing maths help us tell the time. If you know mathematics, can you tell the time? Yes, you know how to tell the time using the maths. So this sentence is also true. So this one you have to do in the textbook. First one is false, second is also false, third is false, fourth is true, fifth one is true. So write these answers in the textbook itself. Then next is vocabulary junction. We are going to learn a new term and let's see what is that. Okay, so here you read the sentences from the poem. Add some in, take some away, do some math every day. Here the word sum, S-O-M-E, sum, sounds the same as S-U-M, sum. S-U-M, sum means what? Total, isn't it? When we do mathematics, we find sum, isn't it? Which means we are adding and finding the total. That's called a sum. And here this word S-O-M-E, sum, and S-U-M, sum, both pronounced in the same way. So such words are called homophones. Homophones. So today we are going to learn a new term, homophones. So what are homophones? The words sound same. Words sound same but have different spellings and meanings. Such words are called homophones. Here you see sum, S-O-M-E, sum, which means that little amount of something. Meaning of S-O-M-E, sum, means little amount of something. We used to say give me some water, that means give me little water. Or S-U-M, sum, it is the total amount of something. S-U-M, sum means total of something. You add what is the sum of 2 and 3? Sum of 2 and 3 is 5, which means what? Total of 2 and 3. So here you see the word S-O-M-E, sum, which means little amount of something, and S-U-M, sum, which means total amount of something. And these two words have different spellings but they pronounce in a same way. So such words are called homophones. So you should know the definition of homophones. Homophones are words that sound the same. The sound of these two words are same but have different spellings. Here you see the spelling is S-O-M-E, sum, and here the spelling is S-U-M, sum. So when we pronounce, both sounds same. So such words are called homophones. And here are some pictures given and some words are given. So using the picture clue, you have to choose the correct word for each picture from the given pair of words. First one, you know, this is a sail, picture of sail, and there are two sail here. One is S-A-L-E, sail, and another one is S-A-I-L, sail. So one is selling something, another one is sailing, the boat sailing in the sea and all. So the correct word here, it is written S-A-I-L, sail. And here number 1 is written, number 1, and same sound two words are here. One is O-N-E-1 and another one is W-O-N-1. Here O-N-E-1 means number 1 and here W-O-N-1 means success of something or to win something, past tense of win. So which is the correct one? Yes, it is number 1. So the number 1 spelling is O-N-E-1. This is the correct one. Then here sun and sun. This one is S-O-N, sun. This is S-U-N, sun. So the baby child is called S-O-N, son, and this is this sun, S-U-N, sun. So which one will be the correct one? You have to, which spelling you have to choose? S-U-N, sun. You have to choose S-U-N, sun. Then next, B-Y-E, by. Then another one is B-U-Y, by. See what did this girl doing? Yes, she is saying bye bye, isn't it? And what is the meaning of bu by? Means to buy something from the shop or to somebody, from somebody. So that is bu by. And here if you wave your hands, it is bye by. Bye by. Then next, what is this picture? It's flower, isn't it? Then here two spellings are there, F-L-O-W-E-R, flower, and F-L-O-U-R, flower. So which will be the correct one? First one, isn't it? You have to write the correct one, F-L-O-W-E-R, flower. And what is the meaning of another one? It's the powder of grains, flour, F-L-O-U-R, flour, wheat flour or rice flour. So this is the correct one. Here this is the picture of a rabbit. So we can call hare, isn't it? So there are two spellings, H-A-R-E, hare, and H-A-I-R, hare. So which spelling matches with this picture? Yes, the first one, H-A-R-E, H-A-R-E, hare. Hare means long-eared, fast-running rabbits are called hare. Then another one is the hair which we have on our head. So this also you have to write in your notebook, in the textbook. Then homework, you have to write the definition of homophones. What are homophones? Homophones means words that sound the same but have different spellings and meanings. Such words are called homophones. So this is the homework, and this one you have to write in the notebook, and you have to read the poem at least 3 times. Okay, remember to read the poem 3 times. Once again I shall read for you. Add some in, take some away, do some math every day, count ahead, count backward, count in nines, use a number line. Build with shapes, learn more or less, tell the time, sing a math rhyme. This is the poem. This one you have to read 3 times. So this is that's the homework for you. Today's class is over.